Hello guys, I'm back again with a little bit of a different video. In all my games and vlogs so far, I've been showing present events, past events. I've been explaining what's been happening in my current life. Well, this time I thought I'd talk a little bit about what's been happening in my entire life. I'm not going to be putting any gameplay in for this, I'm not going to be doing anything overly extensive. I'm just going to be giving you the plain facts. I was born in my own little section of Wales in a hospital, normal people thing, and they noticed a weird shape in my head, the fact that my forehead was larger, similar to Neanderthals. They thought because of that I was different. They figured out a few years later that I was autistic. And that was pretty much normal, yeah. You get the normal stuff, you find it out, good for you. However, I've had a bad childhood, I could say. Throughout my years, I've been bullied extensively. I have no idea why. When I was younger, I had terrible temper issues. I could not go near anyone. I was the ultimate antisocial child. Until around my 7th birthday, I was not able to be seen. You could not go near me. I would attack you. I would bite you. I would hurt you. Only one I wouldn't do this to was my mother. Well, my father. My relatives in that sense. You know, the basics. Everyone else was not allowed. Around then they figured out that there was something very wrong with me. Because most people, you wouldn't exactly expect them to go up to you and say hello and then punch you. Later on in years, of course, got into the hospital, all that. But the bullying continued and, well, eventually I lost it in recent parts of my life. I've done things which I don't want to talk about, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to say they were bad things that I did, involving me only. I didn't enjoy these things, and I did them out of sadness. They weren't good things, and I can admit that I regret them now. But if I could have avoided them in the previous time, I would have. Even more recently, I came into a slightly different situation. As I've said recently, I have had problems with teachers and all. That wasn't my first case of physical violence within the last 2 years. My first case was when some children thought they'd start up the bullying again. They thought, oh, yeah, he's going to be the one that doesn't fight back. Of course, for the first 2 days it was. But I'd been having troubles with pets dying and with family not really being helpful, with me having issues with it. Later on in that time, I snapped and chokeholded 2 kids against the wall, trying to crush their larynx. That was the first big time thing. Luckily I stopped it before it got bad. And I went and reported myself straight away, like a good kid. Of course, I also reported their bullying. They got told off, they got told to stay away. I got my telling off. I understood. I took my slap on the wrist, as you would. Then later on in the year, same year, a teacher came up to me in the June Jaunt, a little thing that happened in our school, little charity event. You know, you do them, you have fun, you're meant to do that. The teacher came up to me and basically bullied me. Now, this guy had no reason. I was right where I was just strangely supposed to be. I was meant to just sit there or play stuff. I was one of the few kids who actually did bother to play. This guy just comes up to me. What the hell are you doing here? Despite the fact that he'd actually seen me on the register saying I'm supposed to be here. What are you doing here? Get back to where you're supposed to be. Yeah, that's alright, I understand. I informed him of his fault, that I was meant to be here. He kept going. I got severely stressed. I warned him, said, please stop. I have trouble with my temper, and I cannot trust myself. He didn't. In fact, he actually insulted me and mocked me. At which point, well, I lost it. Luckily there was a fence between us. Unluckily, there was a gate which allowed me to walk out and walk around. On the way there, I noticed what I'd done, and I clearly went to the teacher to apologise. Yeah, you know, normal. Then I realised that he was with another teacher mocking me, saying, oh, this kid has done this, yeah, he's sworn, he's threatened, and he's basically being a total dick. And then, just before anything bad went down, he said to the teacher in particular, I bet he wouldn't follow through with any of those little warnings or those threats, as he called them. And the next thing he heard from behind him was, you really sure about that? And then I came down with a crack on his neck with my tennis racket, which led to a very unbelievably upsetting set of events, in which I attempted to, well, attack him severely, because I had gone and lost my temper to the point where I didn't realise what I was doing. He then proceeded to, you know, try to contain me, to stop me, to restrain. And then, straight afterwards, after he just restrained me enough, after he could have possibly put me against a fence or something, or a wall, to hold me still, he rugby tackled me with the force of an average person, you know, normal, but he rugby tackled me with the strength that a person can muster up when they're trying their hardest, and slammed me into the floor hard enough that right now, still, 2 years later, my spine still hurts. I still find it difficult to lean down. I can't put my head any lower than that, because if I go any lower, my spine hurts. That led to a police incident, you know, classic stuff. And, well, I got expelled from my school. I got a police lawsuit on him after he put one on me. I wasn't going to, but he did. So I did. At this point, you could say I'm in the wrong. I say I'm in the wrong, but I also say he was in the wrong for how he'd done what he'd done. He hadn't followed protocol, he hadn't behaved properly, and even now he's still in his teaching position, which shows how the United Kingdom's government is working. You know, shit. So, luckily, I managed to find a new school. Wearing the school tee right now. I'm not showing you the logo. And I was meant to get in on a certain time. I did get in, you know, normal. Very good. I'd gotten everything ready, I prepared. It turns out that where the headmaster of the previous school had promised that everything would be ready in that school, because he had prepared it himself, I didn't exist in that school. So he had gone up and basically said, fuck you. Start yourself. Of course, that was horrible as well. And in the future, after all that time, he also did many other things, such as refusing to provide the work that I would require to get good grades, leading to recent events where I have now got to resit my sciences in college, and I have got to try my hardest to get any grades at all. That's bad. Of course, that's been troublesome, and it's, well, being dealt with. So in the future now, I'm going to be very careful around these people. I'm going to be careful with whom I trust. And also, I'm looking to the future, because all these events have been bad, but if I can look to the future and I can forget what's happened in the past, I believe that I will do much better. So as a result, I've basically been thinking of recent times, and so far I've just been thinking of my 17th birthday. What am I going to do? Why will I do it? And yeah, I might as well say, I have one simple intention in my birthday, and that's simply to get the tattoo Wings of a Fallen Angel on my back. That's all I want to do. I was thinking of getting a full body waxing and recording it for you guys, but considering how painful it would be to have the tattoo first, I don't want to go through that much pain. Yes, I understand you would want to see it to be hilarious, but I have limits to my pain threshold, just like everyone else, and also I know what I want to do and what I don't. After that, in the later future, I intend to get my grades, hopefully start working in a morgue, maybe, just around a place with no people, and I can continue with my YouTube channel. I can give you guys more stuff to look at, I can keep on playing, and I can enjoy myself. And hopefully, someday, I can fix this thing here, because this hand is fractured, or it was fractured, now it's basically disjointed. This bit here, that's bent. The second finger, bent. It's painful to move my fingers sometimes, and I experience phantom pain. But hopefully I can be fixed, hopefully I can have something done, maybe re-break it, re-heal it, and have a time off with it. Or I could simply have it left but have something done to fix the nerve problems. And apart from that, I've really got very little to do in my future. But it's going to be a good future, hopefully. Right? Anyways, if anyone here wants to say what they want to do in their future, or speak of any bad events in their life in the past, please go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. I would be highly grateful to know that there are people who, like me, have had bad events. It is very, very helpful to me to know that we have many people who've gone through these events, but that we have many people who have also fixed these events. So, yeah, please do this, right? And also, if you can, if you emphasize with me, please leave a like, just to show that you care. If you want to see stuff that isn't like this, like video games and vlogs where I'm happy, please go ahead and just join my channel, subscribe. You can do what you want, you can watch what you want, you can unsubscribe whenever you want, you can dislike, you can like. I just made this channel so I could, well, so I could have a little outlet. So it's absolutely fine what you do, right? But I would like to thank you all who have watched through the entire video. If you watched the entire video and you are willing, just leave a comment below if you haven't already, saying what you experienced. And in that comment just say thank you or I'm sorry. That's all you have to do. And you could even just say hi. That's all I want from you guys. That's all I want. But anyways, I would like to thank you for watching this vlog, and I will be bringing out a Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto video, maybe both, or maybe even a stream video again later on today. So you will be able to get something a little less downy or sad. Alright? Anyways, thank you all for watching. It's been a wonderful time. Peace out, guys.